Okay, now that we've looked at the purpose of the organization, we've went outside the company and looked at the external impacts, the inspiration from the competition. Now we're going to turn our focus to the internal evaluation. Now the good news is this is something we can actually control. So this is actually kind of fun because we can make an impact here, and when we make a change here, we should see tangible and fairly quickly changes in these areas. So evaluating the internal aspects of the company, while it's tangible and we can see it, can be a bit tricky because most times people aren't real honest about what's going on inside the company, and they're somewhat afraid to list things out here because they might offend somebody. So what we want to do here is we want to move that aside because we're really looking at the future of the organization, and we want to evaluate what's going on internally now from a real honest perspective. So this internal evaluation will give us the tool to do that. Again, this is the things that we can actually control. And what we're going to do here is look at this kind of like the traditional SWOT analysis where there's strengths and weaknesses. So everything we put in the internal evaluation, we want to identify if it's a strength or if it's a weakness. If it's a strength, it's going to be something that we'll use in order to build the strategies. We're going to drop the strategies on the back of these strengths. But on the other hand, if they're weaknesses, we're probably going to need to overcome these. So we might have strategies to overcome these weaknesses because we're still going to need that capability, but it can't continue to be a weakness. So within this, there's actually tangible and intangible strengths and weaknesses, or intangible and intangible internal aspects of the company. When I say tangible, I mean things like labor, capital, your SOPs, operations, support mechanism, things like that. And then on the intangible side, think of culture, somewhat intangible, brand, knowledge, IP. All these things we're going to analyze in there, and there's several videos that you'll go through that will help you think about this stuff so you can start writing down the strengths and weaknesses within the organization. We're also going to spend some time on the value chain and get a real good understanding of what the value chain. And when I say value chain, it's every aspect of the company that provides value to your end product. And we might be thinking about things like supply chain and or sales and marketing, but we're also thinking about things like accounting and finance, HR. All those things will be evaluated in the context of the internal evaluation. So take some time, watch these videos that follow, and then you can jot down some notes later on about what the true internal evaluation is, and honest internal evaluation is for your organization.